NSFW, men of Reddit. What's the greatest realization you've had during post-nut clarity? Wow, I just spent 2 hours masturbating. That I was being manipulated through sex. That I was in a really toxic relationship. I was with the same girl for over 5 years. Started in high school, so I'd never had an intimate relationship with anyone else. I was always very attracted to her and we'd had some great times early on. But our relationship had long ago turned one-sided. Everything I was getting out of this was what I alone was putting into it. This girl also had, essentially, a non-existent sex drive. Which is fine, of course. That's not some error or problem on her part. Everyone deserves to do what they feel comfortable with if they ever feel comfortable with it, and don't owe anyone anything more. The problem was how she responded to my sex drive. In 5 years we'd had sex maybe 15 times. And every single one became her go-to reminder for the next few months of how much she did for me. How selfless she was. I left jokes in her lunches that I packed every day. I bought her flowers and gifts at random just because I was thinking of her when I was at the store. I asked her once if she could start complimenting me more. Words of affirmation is my greatest love language. She said that felt uncomfortable. She didn't even remember to get me a Christmas present last year. But hey, I let you get laid last month became a regular sentiment. If I mentioned to her that I was feeling aroused, or told her how beautiful she was, she shrugged it off and made me feel like I was ceaselessly horny. I'd been scared of this relationship failing for 5 years. I knew there were things I was unhappy with, but it seemed more comfortable to come home to a 6/10 happiness than try to go out and find something higher. But then you nut, and your head clears. And I look down at the woman who refuses any position but missionary, with whom foreplay or nudity is never allowed. And she's frowning. I know the last 2 minutes will be thrown at me for months to come. This relationship just ended. I don't wish her ill for anything about her libido, but I'll be heartbroken for a while knowing how much I shamed myself for being attracted to my girlfriend and wanting to be intimate with her. How much I made myself feel that was wrong and I was perverted and insatiable. I'm in it for a few. That felt like a pregnancy nut. That sex was so good. The girl I just nutted to doesn't love me, will never love me, and in most cases will never even know I exist. Also, this will probably be the last time we ever have sex. Alucard spelled backwards is Dracula. I really need to cut down on fapping. I'm only doing this as a vice because I'm actually just really lonely and want someone in my life. Why did I just have sex with this chick? I gotta get out of here. I should have used a condom too. She better not get pregnant. Or have given me an STD. It's like changing back from a werewolf. What if my dead relatives watching in disgust? That my wife was letting me have a threesome with her BFF because they wanted to have sex. And I was being bribed. Oh, I'm not in love with this girl I just met. No, I do not have a crush on that rude girl who looks pretty. Me hungry. I hate this person. This entire thread can be summed up in a range of 3 different things. This woman is manipulating me. I don't want this at all. I am definitely in love. Got 'em, this Waluigi hentai is fantastic. After coming, I blacked out and woke up as one of the political prisoners on a horse carriage. Hey you, you're finally awake. Thank God I didn't booty call her. Anytime I pull up my ex's contact on my phone, I always catch myself and say maybe you should fap on this first. Then I no longer have the desire to text my ex. I need to find a chick to do this for me. Actually sort of happened yesterday. For a second I thought I don't have serious depression, and then I'm like nope, it's still her and I really have a problem. Yeah, that was the last time. Why does my phone say it's connected to my Bluetooth speaker in the living room? Fuck. I really gotta start rapping it. That I still wasn't over my ex. I no longer want or need to have sex. Realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration. That we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imagination of ourselves. JK, that's a Bill Hicks quote. Pre-nut. Why this girl smell like toasted marshmallows? Post-nut. Oh, that's cigarette smoke. This post appear on my homepage right after I bust a nut. How convenient. I'm a monster. Sometimes it's better to cut ties than to hold on to something longer than it's worth, while debating cleaning or throwing out the sheets. Why even bother trying to get a girlfriend when I can just do this when I was maybe 14? Why do I keep jerking it in these nasty ass porta potties? As I continue to fap in nasty ass porta potties. I think I am in love. Married 4 years. What the f am I watching? Pre-nut. I will do anything to bust right now. Show me the nastiest shit you got. I will literally jack off to a silhouette. Any female, just show me anything. Post-nut. God forgive me for my sins. Get this disgusting heresy off my screen and wipe me of my wrongdoings. I killed millions of potential people. Georgia is comin' for you. I don't want a girlfriend. I'm in a 100-degree Porto John. In a desert, sitting next to my rifle, wearing body armor and a Kevlar helmet, getting heat stroke to get the dick stroke, because the US Army is me. Besides that, 7/10 on TripAdvisor. Would combat Jack again. Mostly stuff about optimizing some random piece of code. WTF is wrong with me? I will probably never 5 big-tittied girls at the same time. She was only hot when I was horny. I should have waited because this scene was better. I am depressed. Thank God I didn't order that escort. She called me Mike. My name is not Mike. I kicked her out as soon as we were done. I realized it mid but was like, I'll deal with this later, and trooped the on. I was working on a short story for English class and I just couldn't come up with an ending. After dumping a fanciful load, I knew how to neatly end the story. Got the only out of everyone there. I guess I'm really kinky. Close-ups of buttholes are kinda gross. I've never understood, and have accepted that I will never understand, people's attraction to anuses. It just makes absolutely no sense to me, when half the comments in GW are about a girl's buttholes. Dudes asking women to spread their cheeks, etc. I don't understand it. It's a pink circle of crinkly skin that shit comes out of a couple times a day. What is hot about that? I'll never get it. Miss my ex. Miss my ex. Miss my ex. Ah, now I don't at all. Yeah, I don't actually like this girl. ... Shit. Man, this shit hella gay. Wait, twins can't be stepsisters. I drove an hour for this. I should really get my life together. Still working. I gotta get out of this place. That I'm not actually gay. This porn. Jesus. It is so gross. What the am I doing? 3 months after a breakup, my ex was trying to reconcile, and I was seriously considering it. I was seeing a guy, and the sex was great, but I knew he was way more serious than I was. I honestly didn't know what to do. After sex, he curls up next to me and says, "Leave if you still love him. I would rather see you happy than possess you." Ask yourself if you could say the same thing about him. He was right. But I needed that insight to realize my ex was more about possessing me than actually being in love with me. I followed that wise, loving man across the country, and never regretted it, not even after we eventually broke up. Wherever he is, I hope he's blissfully happy. I've made a huge mistake. I'd trade sex with a stranger for platonic friendship in a heartbeat. I really should not have had sex with this person. Why did I pay $10 for that video? I figured out why the motorcycle wouldn't start. Oh yeah, I'm due for an oil change. Give me a minute, and I'll find out for you. Once you've had in-love sex, nothing really compares. I've been in a few relationships since then, but haven't been in love since. Sleeping around loses its appeal so fast. I'm a degenerate. I said I would never sink to this level of porn.hub. Cashews give me gas. I should really lose some weight. How much I actually love my wife. I didn't really have anything in common with my then fiancé. I'm a degenerate. I wasn't horny, I just wanted that hit of dopamine. Fapping my depression away since 13 years of age. I've gone too far, and there's no going back. That's it. I've failed as a human. I gotta dump this bitch. That I should always have my snacks and beverages ready after being completely drained of my energy. So with living in Germany and prostitution being legal and sort of affordable, roughly €100 per hour, I probably saved up thousands by jerking off. Every time the need arises and I actually think, man, maybe this time I should actually go into a brothel, I crank one out and afterwards just think, good thing I didn't go through with that idea. That I loved my girlfriend and didn't just love the sex. I have to leave this relationship. I am miserable and the sex does not even begin to make up for any of this at all. RIP inbox. Thanks for the support. Single and loving it. I really love this woman. I should not watch Waluigi hentai anymore. The older I get, the more pre-nut clarity I feel before even doing anything. I remember one time a while ago, my physics teacher gave me a take-home test to do. I'm not great at physics, and I tend to procrastinate. So it was like 3 AM and I was passing the time with a nice nut. Afterwards I totally remembered the right way to solve the question and finish the test. So now I can say that blasting rope literally let me pass physics with a B.